Hi everybody, so today we're gonna talk about accidental inventions. Accidental inventions is something that good for mankind. So a lot of inventions has been involved with accidental, have been involved with luck and fortunate. Some fortunate that scientists discover with something lucky and they're smart is has to be complementary. Okay, so Toon gonna give us about information about Slinky.
Thank you, P. In 1943, Navy engineer named Richard James, was trying to figure out how to use spin to keep the sensitive instruments aboard ships from rocking themselves to death when he knocked off his prototypes over.
Instead of crashing to the floor, it carefully sprang downward and then righted itself. So pointed, so nimble, and so slinky. That is before every kid inventively get there all twist up and ruined. 300 million sold worldwide.
The, the Slinky demonstrated at Gimbel's departure in Philadelphia in USA.
Okay, that's good information though. But I know birds had a little bit of question, right? That you are
Yeah.
curious about Slinky.
Yes.
So what is it?
Well, what do you think is it important?
We think it's not important
Okay, and why did you choose them?
because it's our toy when we were young.
Then,
Is yeah, is our childhood dream that we like to play it is something that mysterious how they look and how they perform to us. So secondly, we're gonna give you the second accidental inventions. So I'm gonna talk about one of the greatest invention in human history is super glue. So it was discovered by the Dr. Henry Cooper of the Eastman. So at the time he was working at the Kodak laboratories. And he found that a substance that he created, so it's called cyanocrylate. It was a miserable failure, but it wasn't. So to his dismay, at outsuited for a new precision at gun sight as he had hoped. So it infraredly stuck to everything that it touched, right? Like this. Oh. So I'm kidding, I'm joking. So, but it was forgotten. But 6 years later, while overseeing an experimental new design of airplane canopies, Cooper found himself stuck at the same gooey maze with a similar fall. And Bert, you're gonna talk about how did they do?
well, Cover observed that the stuff form and very strong and it doesn't need a heat to bond it together. His team tinkered it with sticking various objects like this cloth with a table. If we have it, we can stick it. it
It doesn't come off, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And they in 1958 it was sold on the shelf everywhere.
Good job, Bert. So, I'm gonna give you something that is involved opinion. It's not exactly the fact. So, do you think it's important?
Yeah, I think super glue is really important. Imagine that you don't have a super glue in today's life. It would be a big problem in many ways. So I think super glue is really handy in our life. Imagine you break your mom's favorite jars and you use the super glue to connect it all together. Maybe you get away with the murders. And that's why it makes the super glue is important.
That's a good one. You use some slang, huh?
Yeah.
So, why did you choose them?
Like I said before, super glue is very important for our life. And that makes super glue interesting. That's why we choose super glue to be our example today.
That's right, that's right. So, like our mentioned before, a lot of things has to be involved with luck, with some fortune that make our mankind be better. Like that we said before, Slinky and super glue is affected to our daily life of mankind. So 5 of us, yeah, this is something that we choose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something we choose because there's something that important to us. So if you have any more questions, please let us know. So we're gonna answer it by the way later. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
แต่
สรุปงงๆว่ะไม่รู้จะพูดอะไรไม่รู้จะพูดอะไรอ่ะ